Alrighty, so number one thing we will want, we need somewhere to sleep. So this is a tent. Then you want something to sleep in, which, as Liz is going to point nicely and show us, is a sleeping bag. So we want something that's going to keep us nice and warm at night. Something that we can sleep on. You guys might have these foam mats, you might have something nicer, but this is what we've got to show you at the moment. Then an optional thing is called the sleeping bag inner, and that's just a piece of fabric, kind of like a pillowcase on a giant scale, that goes inside your sleeping bag, and it can give you a little bit of extra warmth. Paddling. So here we have Liz. She's wearing a nice long sleeve shirt, and that's with a collar, and that's to protect us from the sun, which we hopefully will have. With that, she's got a broad-brimmed hat to protect her from the UV as well. She's wearing her PFD, which everyone will receive, and Liz likes to paddle in shorts, and she's got her funky river shoes, which have got a nice solid toe on them, so she protects herself, and a good sole. So you guys might have a pair of old runners that you guys might use for your wet shoes. Moving on, everyone needs a raincoat. So if in the case that we do get poor weather, everybody wants a raincoat that's going to keep them dry.
This is when we should have had me in the raincoat.
Next we have this funky contraption here, which we call a sponge and a baler. So, sponges, if everyone brings a sponge, that would be sick, because that makes cleaning the canoe super duper easy at the end of the day. So raid your mum and dad's laundry cupboard, or maybe where they clean their cars, might have a sponge. So a baler, this is used when you've got water in the bottom of your boat and we want to scoop it out. So everybody has to have a baler. So the easiest way to get a baler is with a 2 or 3 litre milk carton that you cut the bottom off, and then you keep the handle. Alrighty, clothing. So what we do want is some light, long pants that are not jeans. We don't want jeans. What we do want is some form of lightweight pants, maybe nylon. That would be excellent. That you guys can wear at night when it gets that little bit colder. During the day, you're probably going to be wearing shorts. So, also, jumpers. Polar fleece is awesome. Hoodies, however, are not. Cotton, when it's wet, is cold. We don't like that. So, something like either of these will be awesome. These are polar fleece jumpers, or a wool jumper would be sick as well. And we want 2 of them. So, in case one gets wet, you've got another dry one to put on top. Alrighty, more warm gear. We've got a beanie. We all want a beanie at the end of the day, and a scarf, which Liz is going to demonstrate nicely. So with that as well, we've got some more warm gear, which are thermals. So thermals are also called long johns. They're fashionably rainbow-like in this case. So these are generally wool. They can also be a synthetic, but wool is best. So if you have them, I'd definitely say bring some along, as many sets as you can. See if maybe if any uncles or aunties, anyone who's inclined in outdoor aid might have some you can borrow. Beg, borrow and steal. And then we've got a pair of shoes for at camp. So these shoes stay dry, and we want to make sure that they're for camp at the end of the day. So to keep all our stuff, we have socks. Wool socks is also good. We want lots of garbage bags, heavy duty garbage bags that aren't going to easily rip. These guys are going to keep everything that you bring on the trip nice and dry. You can bring some big ones and some little ones as well. These little ones are good for the likes of rubbish.
Yeah, they need to have. So you guys will be carrying all your rubbish on the trip. There's no bins out there. So I would recommend bringing 2 plastic bags to put your rubbish in. One for your rubbish and one for your recycling, so that you can take that back home and use 2 bins out on trip, just like you would at home and at school.
Alrighty, so as you guys probably already know, you guys have to do some journal time on everything we do on this trip. So make sure that you guys bring a little notebook and some pens and paper to write these things down at the end of the day. And the thing with this, we need to make sure that they are focused. We need to make sure that these are waterproof. So making sure that they're in those plastic bags and not going to get wet. So another thing, hygiene. We definitely want some mosquito repellent. On the Murray, mosquitoes love it. It's a wet, damp environment. We want sunscreen for in the daytime, no getting burned. And then for morning and night, we want to brush our teeth. Liz is kindly demonstrating. We want to stay hydrated, so making sure you guys have a drink bottle or two. Two would be preferable. And then we need something to be able to eat with. So a cup for maybe drinking hot tea or hot chocolate at the end of the day. And then we've got a spoon and a fork and a bowl. So that's to eat breakfast and dinner with. So yeah, that's just an in look into some of the equipment that you guys are gonna bring. Bye!
Yeah.